Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. Today is the 6th of October 2020. We're going to reflect on Luke 10:38 to 42. Listen. Now as they went on their way, Jesus entered a certain village where a woman named Martha welcomed him into her home. She had a sister named Mary who sat at the Lord's feet and listened to what he was saying. But Martha was distracted by her many tasks. So she came to Jesus and asked, "Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to do all the work by myself? Tell her then to help me." But the Lord answered her, "Martha, Martha, you are worried and distracted by many things. There is need of only one thing. Mary has chosen the better part, which will not be taken away from her." The Gospel of the Lord. Have you ever wondered if Jesus had any friends while he walked upon the earth? I'm pretty sure that most of us have never really considered it, but I believe we should, because we often look only at the divine aspect of Jesus, not the human. And consequently, we lose out on a lot of inspiration and encouragement that can be obtained from him. Consider, for instance, the matter of temptation. When we think of Jesus being tempted, what usually comes to mind is the devil tempting him in the desert following his baptism in the River Jordan. But this was definitely not the only time Jesus was tempted, and the author of the letter to the Hebrews attests to this fact. For, he writes, "We do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but we have one who has been tempted in every way just as we are, yet he did not sin." And then he continues with words that should offer us even more comfort. "Let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need." So, even though Jesus was wholly divine, he was wholly human too, and part of his humanity was having friends. He called his apostles friends, but the declaration of this friendship appears to be very philosophical. He said to them, "I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I have called you friends, for everything that I've learned from my Father, I have made known to you." And even though he would hail them as his friends not long after, see John 21:5, I'm not sure this was friendship the way we understand it. This type of friendship seems to have been reserved for Mary, Martha, and Lazarus, whom Jesus loved and enjoyed a very special relationship with. We see this very evident in the story surrounding Lazarus, when he fell sick and died and was then raised from the dead by Jesus. But we also see evidence of this in the story we read today. Jesus has a meal with the sisters, and from their conversation one senses how comfortable they were with each other. Yet the repeated use of the word Lord shows that they did not allow the familiarity with him to result in a lack of respect. This can happen very easily, which has led to the expression you may have heard, "Familiarity breeds contempt." The more acquainted one becomes with a person, the more one knows about his or her shortcomings, and hence the easier it is to dislike that person. This often leads people, especially in positions of spiritual leadership, to eschew, to avoid friendships, but we all need companionship. Even Jesus did, and he shows us that we can be friends with people and maintain the dignity of the friendship, and of course feel deep love. When Lazarus died, Scripture says that Jesus wept and everybody marveled at his love. I pray that each of you watching this today has at least one person you can truly call a friend, and may God bless that friendship until the end of time. God be with you.